Hello, and welcome to the FleetSoft web version overview. In this overview, we will be showing some of the new features of the FleetSoft web version. To start FleetSoft, go to a regular web browser and type in mobile.fleetsoft.com. You would then just click the login button, and we also support logging in from your Google account or your Microsoft account. I'm going to be logging in from my FleetSoft mobile account, which is Klausner.k1, and I'll type in my password. And if I want to remember my password next time, or my username next time, so I don't have to do it again, I can do that. And then I just would go ahead and click login. And this will bring me to the main screen in FleetSoft Mobile. I can either come in here and click on one of these items, or I can go down to the toolbar here and click on whatever I want. I'm going to be looking at the vehicles list first. Click on vehicles, and this is the vehicle list screen. It's sorted by your vehicle code. You can sort by any column you wish. If you want to just click on it, you can click on the column and hit ascending order, and this will sort it in ascending order. You can click on it again and hit descending order. If you want to sort by another column, just hit the column again and then just hit ascending, and it'll sort it by in ascending order. You also can do full querying capabilities on each column. If you want to pull out a certain number of items, like for example, if you want to just go down and say I just want to see 2010 vehicles, I can click that, and then I can come up here and click apply, and it'll filter out just the 2010 vehicles. I can also clear that, and then it'll bring me back to normal. At any time, if I want to search for a column or anything in a column, I would just click on here and then click the text filter, and it'll ask me what vehicle code I want to go to. Say if I want to go to vehicle 11, I would just type that in and click here, and then it'll bring up that vehicle for me. One great new feature as well is this search button here allows you to search anything in this vehicle table that you want. So for example, maybe I wanted to pull up a Freightliner, any Freightliner I want, so I can just click here and I can type in Freightliner, and it'll give me a list of contacts that contain Freightliner, and it'll automatically pull that up. So it's like a global search. Anything, if I wanted to bring up VIN number or anything in that table, it'll find it very quickly. So that's kind of how you go about with your sorting and working with the tables. And this works with any other thing. So if I wanted to search parts, for example, I could do the same thing. This is giving me a different view here, but I could also show my parts and do any searches, anything that I want to search by a part number or a description. I can do that as well. I'm going to go back to the vehicle list here. Also, you can do filters here. Right now it's just showing the active vehicles, but I can also show inactive vehicles and all vehicles. I also can show different views here. So right now I'm looking at the grid view. I can also look at the cards view, and this will give me kind of like more information. It'll also give me some pictures of what the vehicles look like, and then I can go into each one and see some more information on them. If I go back to the grid view, if I want to look at the information, I can click on that view, and this will give me all the information on that particular vehicle, any notes that has, any attachments that I want to put onto it, document attachments. But this will give me the basic overview. If I want to see the services that were performed on that vehicle, I can. Any parts that were used, I can also see that as well. So I have all that access right to my fingertips there. You can also look at the vehicle if you want to go in and change it. You can click these three buttons here, and you've got some options here. You can change. You can make it. You can deactivate this vehicle. You can print a PDF barcode of the vehicle, or a Zebra. If you have a Zebra printer, barcode printer, you can print that out as well. But if you want to change it, you just simply click change, and then you can go in and change any options that you want to here, and then just click OK. Again, if you want to see any service records, service history, or parts history, you can just click here. This will give you a complete history of all the parts that were used on the vehicle. And again, any service histories that you want, and anything else pertaining to that vehicle. To close the window, just click the close button and you can go in here. Now you'll also see these little icons here showing these are warnings. The PMs are coming due. The timer means that there's a PM coming due. If the wrench here is if there is a work order open, that will show there as well. Just like in the desktop version, we have a reminders button here. This will show you all your PMs that are coming due and any reported problems. If you have the Professional Plus version, it'll also show you any problems that are coming due. And again, you can create a work order right from the problems window or the reminders window just by clicking here and then selecting generate work order. Along with the problems, you can come in here and you can generate a work order right from the problems area too to fix those. And once that work order is completed, it will be removed from this list here under the reminders. Something new in the web version is the inspections module, and this will allow you to do inspections on a vehicle. And you can customize whatever you want to include in the inspection. I'm just going to bring up an inspection here to show you. This will show you the inspections, when it was done, the meter it was done on, the date it was done on, who did the inspection, and what vehicle it was done on. And here you can customize these items here. You can create as many as you want. These are items that you would want to inspect. And if there's a defect on any of them, you would just simply click on whatever defect it is, like say here, the wheels. Then you would type in any comments on that section. So you could say that there's a missing lug nut. You could say if it's critical or not. You can also, if I was on a mobile device like a phone or a tablet, I could actually take a picture of that if I wanted to show that as well. Or since I don't, if I take a picture of it and bring it into the system, I can select the file from my computer. This will automatically, anything that comes up in here is automatically going to be sent to reported problems. I can go in and then it'll show up in the problems. So I'll show you that in a moment. I can also sign off here that I was the one who did the inspection. Just put my initials here. And then when if the technician corrects it, they can also put that here. And I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to show you under reported problems here. Here's that problem that needs to be done, and then I can go in and then if I want, I can generate a work order right from here to do that problem. Now, right now I'm looking at all the problems. I can also filter out just the incomplete problems, and this will show me the ones that are incomplete. As you can see under all problems, if it's green, that means it's been corrected, so that I can see all the problems. And this will be logged under the vehicle history so that you'll know all the problems that have been showing up for that particular vehicle. We also have a QuickBooks Online interface. You can set that up under the sites, and you would just go in here and go under site settings. There is a option here for QuickBooks, and here you can set up your QuickBooks account, and this will send invoices over to QuickBooks Online. So any work orders that you want to convert to an invoice, you want to send those over to QuickBooks, you can do that just by simply sending that over to QuickBooks. So once you create an invoice and you want to look at the invoices, you have the option of exporting that invoice over to QuickBooks Online. Okay, so really nice feature there. Also, what's new with the web version, we have active and inactive vehicles. With the Windows version, you actually had to pay for inactive vehicles. Now with the new version, since we charge per vehicle, we actually let you make a vehicle inactive. We won't charge you for that. So you're only going to be paying for active vehicles, and you can still, if you make a vehicle inactive, it'll store the history. You won't be able to do any future work orders with it or anything like that, but at least you will not be charged for any inactive vehicles at this time. We also have unlimited users. So with the Windows version before, you would have to pay for users, and you'd also have to pay for sites. With this version, we actually include unlimited users. So you can come in here and you can create as many users as you'd like. And this allows you to give your drivers access to FleetSoft so that they could do inspections on their phone or smartphone or tablet. It also allows them to access like a reported problem if they want to record a reported problem. And you can limit what they see. So you could just have them only allow for inspections and problems. You could have just these two icons showing. And you can also set up users so they only see access to their data. You can filter out, so you can create a user that would only allow access to their data. So that would be called an employee user. So you can set up different users and say what kind of user they are. Are they admin? Are they a company user? A site user? If you only want to give them access to a certain site, or an employee that they would only be able to see their assets assigned to them. And then you can select which areas they would like that you want to give them access to, and they would only have access to that area. They would not see any of these other icons. We also have language support. In this new version, we support a number of different languages. We can do an auto detect, so whatever your computer is, it'll actually change if you want, or you can say you want it in English, Spanish, French, or German. So you have those options to choose, and it's really kind of, if you want to see the Spanish, you can just simply click on it and it will automatically change things to Spanish. And so you'll be able to use it in Spanish. And if you want to switch back to English, just come here again and go back to English, and then that will automatically bring you back. In addition to the language, there's also a spell checker with FleetSoft. I can show you that. If you're doing a work order and say you wanted to enter some notes in the description of an item, and you want to have it checked, so make sure everything is okay. For example, you enter that you performed an oil change. And maybe you put 2 E's in for oil change instead of 1. You'll see that it's underlined, and if you point your mouse to it and click your right mouse button, you'll see you got the browser dictionary here. You can hit change and it'll automatically change it for you. There is also the option to use two-factor authentication. So this is built into the program, so you can actually go in and if you do want to turn that on, you can go in and turn two-factor authentication on. So for security, every time you log in, what it'll do is it will send a code to you. In addition, there is also an open API, so you can access data. You can take data out of the database through the open API, and that is all done under when you set up your users. You can give a user access to the API at the very bottom here. You can say which tables that you want to give access to, and you can just click them, and then they can access it via the API, the data via the API if you give them access to it. This concludes our overview of the FleetSoft web version. For questions or more information, please call FleetSoft Sales at 877-668-8572 or visit our website at www.fleetsoft.com. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.